everybody, and welcome to Darvanalee Design Studio. For those that don't know, my name's Nicole Reed. We do believe we have a few new people on here this morning, so that's good to see. Always nice to see some new people joining us. So we've got a little bit to cover today, and Tech Beck is not joining us on the camera today. She's still not feeling the best, but she is in the background, so say hi to Tech Beck, everybody. She has joined us. She's dragged herself out of bed and come to help me out, which is great. Thank you very much, Beck. I appreciate that. And for all those people that said I was cracking the whip this week, I was not at all. Thanks a lot, guys. Made me feel great. I did not expect Beck to turn up until today because she was sick. So anyway, she was just very keen to make the wallet because there were so many things that she was going to learn from it. So she gave it a good go, and she just took it nice and slow on the day. And I was just making sure that she had nice hot soup and keeping herself hydrated and managing to get home to pick her kids up, and yeah, so everything went well. So everybody might be wondering, for those that are new here, what today is all about. Well, today is our Finish It Friday weekly vlog that we do, and so basically what happens on our video, on our live shows today, is that we talk about what we were asked to finish what we pulled out of our UFO box, and then we put it to the vote last week, and basically we have 7 days to get it finished. Now, whether it's myself or whether it's Beck that makes it, that's entirely up to the viewer's choice over the last couple of weeks. And last week, I'm happy to say that I didn't win. Beck did. So Beck ended up having to make the NCW was one of the choices, and my choice was the desktop cubes by So Sweetness, and the NCW is by Emmeline Bags. So everything was going well. We put up the post. Sorry, I think someone just walked in my gate. No, that's all good. Yeah, so everything went well. We put up the post, and we had an overwhelming response, which was really good. We were very happy with the response, so thank you very much. Andres is saying, hope you feel better soon, Beck. And hello, Ellen, thank you very much for joining us. So we had an overwhelming response, and we really appreciate everybody joining in the fun of the viewer's choice. And as I said, Beck won, and she had to make the NCW. And as you can see, she has given it a red hot go. But the question is it actually finished? Well, I was very kind to Beck yesterday and said to her, don't come over, stay home, get better because I need you tomorrow. And I ended up finishing off for her. But Beck did really well. Even though she wasn't on her game, and I thought she was asleep a couple of times, but anyway, one was when I took that photo and put up in the group. I thought she was having a little cat nap. But anyway,
concentration.
She was just concentrating apparently. But anyway, Beck ended up learning how to put a twist lock in, which is something that she's never done before. Because some of you might not know, Beck's only new to crafting. She's been crafting for 18 months now. Yeah, about 18
20,
months. Yeah,
over 18.
Yeah, about 18 months to 20 months now. So some of the things that she hasn't done before. So she learned how to put a twist lock in, and what you have to do to make sure that it's secure and lasts the distance. She also learned how to make card slots. So the card slots are there. So they're on this side, and they're also on this side. So she learned how to create those and put those together to make them so they go on both sides of the purse. The only thing that Beck didn't do, and she's already done before, is put the zip in. So all I did for her was install this center bit for her, and that way it was ready to go for today. So the flap was already done in the UFO, and everything was already cut out. So we agreed on Wednesday that after this one, in a couple of weeks time after the retreat, Beck's going to make another one from start to finish, so cutting it all out and then recreating it again. But next time I might get her to put a different twist lock in, so using some screws instead of just attaching one without it. So it'll be a different twist lock that she'll have in it, and it's all a part of Beck's learning, and I'm thinking she's really liking bags and wallets. So but you can see it's finished and it's all ready to go, and I've just got to, I couldn't put the rivets in. I put rivets down the side here instead of sewing it. So the pattern actually calls for you to sew these sides here. Beck also learned about different stabilizers that I use that I learned from Nicole Webb from Tangle Web Designs. So I use different stabilizers that are in the pattern. So she learned all about those as well. And yeah, but she did a really good job on everything else, and she liked how easy it was going together. Even though she was struggling because she was sick, she still was getting there and all the rest of it. So that's all finished, and now that goes to Beck. So Beck now has a new wallet.
Another one.
And because we've got the retreat coming up, I had Beck pick out what I'm going to be working on this week. And I don't know whether she's being nice or whether she's being mean, because I have this pile of little purse wallets to make. So I think there was 14 I counted in total. I'm not sure if I'm going to get them all done because, as I said, we are in full swing for the retreat at the end of the month. So if I just turn it this way, you'll see that we're just prepping up the goodie bags that are all just sitting there and the pink and white dots. And I've still got customer quilts to do, as you can see on the long arm machine there. So we are in full swing. We are getting all the paperwork together, all the patterns together. Kits have started to arrive from Mel for the bag that we're making and all that sort of stuff. So I've got to squeeze this in as well as do that big quilt on the long arm machine. As I said, there's about 14. These are little coin purses that I used to make and sell at my market stall that I had here locally. And yeah, so basically these are just leftovers because I stopped doing that when little Em came to live with us, and I stopped doing the markets because they were quite early hours to do them. So these were just leftover. She's pulled them out for me to make. Everything's pretty much cut out. So hopefully I will get them all done. I've got to install some cam snaps into that, and also to put some lobster clips on it so you can clip it to your key ring. And I'll probably even do a tutorial on it because I'm also going to be making them, so I may as well do a tutorial on it as well. So that is my Finish It Friday. Tell us down below what you thought of Beck's NCW and what you're working on as well. So are you working on something big or small, or you're just trying to get something finished? If you leave us below, leave us a comment below, we'll see what you're up to, and hopefully you can inspire us to make something different. Alright, so that's the Finish It Friday stuff. The public vote system is really working. I'm really loving it. I noticed that a few people have commented up on our community tab, and I was just wondering if you could let me know below or in the comment section if you've actually been seeing any of our community posts. We haven't put up too many, but I was just wondering if any of our subscribers have actually seen them, or have you found us through them if you're new here. And if you are new here, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and then that way you won't miss out when we're going live, or any videos that we put up during the week and the month. Alrighty, so as we said last week, our UFO box has grown somewhat. So we will have a couple of more to pull out for next week, depending how busy we are for the with preparations for the retreat. We'll maybe put it to a viewer's choice again. So keep an eye out for that next week as well. And as always, you know, as I said, tell us what you're working on in the comments, and even if you're watching the replay, tell us what you're working on, because we always come back and have a bit of a chit chat with everybody. You would have noticed that Beck's been in there answering questions, and also having a bit of a chat with everybody. So by all means, just because you're watching it on the replay, leave all the comments down below, because we do love to hear from you. Excuse me. Alrighty, so I've noticed that a few people from last week as well have joined us over on Stitch Talk as well. It still is a fledgling website. It is starting to get some momentum because Andy's been putting Facebook ads up and also advertising over on YouTube as well. I've been giving him some shout outs as well, because back in the 2011, 2010, I was a member of the site back then. And subsequently it closed down. Well, it started up again a couple of months ago, and now it's starting to pick up some momentum, and I noticed that a few people have been joining the group over there. So if you haven't gone over and had a look, it's like a giant show and tell. There's lots of ladies over there that are working on projects, and they're sharing their projects, and you just never know, you might be inspired to try a different craft. We have a group over there where you can post pictures on what you're working on, and thank you to Rebecca Wilson. She was our first member that posted up her lovely blue and yellow quilt. So if you want to see that, head over there and have a look. We've been commenting on other people's work, and the flow of the group is starting to pick up over there. So as I said, it's still only a fledgling website, but it is replacing our Google Plus website. So just wanted to reiterate that to people that may have found us through Google Plus. Google Plus is closing down on the 2nd of April, so we've only got a couple more weeks left, and then that group will be no longer. So we've started to post over on Stitch Talk, and we've got a group over there, so you can join. It's very easy to join. I believe there's no email confirmation, so once you enter in your details, basically you can start posting and commenting on other people's stuff. And there are some amazing, talented people over there. I know Ellen's joining us this morning, and that's where I met Ellen many years ago. And as I said, she's been watching my kids grow up over the years. In past videos we've talked about it. So yeah, go over there and join in the fun. Ellen's over there, she's always commenting with everybody. And yeah, you'll see some amazing work. Alrighty, so on to channel news. Filming is still in full swing. I am just filming away every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm trying to get as many videos done as possible. Did you see this week's one? The little cute magnets that went up. This is what they look like for those that didn't know that we had this little video go up. Hopefully that'll focus in a second, but they're a cute little fridge magnet, really simple, easy to make, great for fussy cutting, great for using up your scraps, and they just make a perfect gift. And I think it was Katrina, she left a message on there saying that it would be perfect for her circle theme for one of her Santa swaps that she's doing. So they're so adorable, and they make perfect gifts. And I usually just do a set of 3 or a set of 4 for people, and I just put them in a little card with a little bit of double-sided tape, and they're just a cute little gift to give to someone. So I'm in the process of making some up for giveaways and all that sort of stuff as well, but I encourage you to go over and have a look. It is a simple no-sew project, so you don't need your sewing machine. So even if you're not a sewer, that is over there for you. And check out our playlist of no-sew items. We've got some great little projects going up in there, so you'll be able to see them. They're all in one place, all in a playlist, and it is actually called a no-sew playlist. Alrighty, so yeah, the link will be down below. I've just made a note here to let you know the video for the magnets, if you haven't seen it, the link will be down underneath this video on the replay, so it'll make it nice and easier for you to find it. As I said, we've got our community tab running now, and basically we post up any polls that we've got, any announcements that we've got. We're using that to drive traffic to the channel. So I would really love anybody, if they've actually seen any of our community posts in their newsfeed on YouTube, just to let me know that you've seen it, because I'd like to see how far it's actually reaching. And if you have found us via the community tab, because it does go into some people's recommendations or their newsfeed, their inbox newsfeed, even if they're not subscribed. So if you've found us through the community tab, we'd really love to know. I've finished filming the first what do the community posts look like? Okay, so the community tab, if you're on your mobile device, it'll be at the top when you come to my channel. It'll be at the top, and on any channel that's got their community tab, it'll be up the top there. And I think it's just after the playlist tab, and then it'll have community tab. It used to be the discussion tab, now it's community tab, and it's the same on your laptop or your PC as well. So generally I will just put up a post. It might be a picture, or I might put up the poll, and it can, if I've put up the video, it will actually look like a video, and then you click on it and it'll drop down, and there'll be where I've texted other stuff. It doesn't have the information about the video, so that's what they sort of look like, Andra. Hopefully that answers your question. if you go and have a look, you might have seen some from maybe So Sweetness if she uses it. I know Fat Quarter Shop uses their community tab quite regularly. Crafty Gemini doesn't use it that often, but does actually post stuff up there, so you would have actually seen stuff like that. And it's not like Facebook or anything like that where you're just constantly posting up. It's more for announcements. So I generally just put up when a new video goes up. I just put that up. If I'm doing the poll like I did last week, we put the poll up there. And I know that there's been a couple of people that have actually gone over to it, and they've actually clicked on the poll and participated in the viewer's choice that we've had in the last couple of weeks. So that's all there for you. You'll be able to see that. And yeah, just keep an eye out and let me know if you see it. You can, even if I'm not live, you can let me know in the Facebook group or over at Stitch Talk group. Let me know if you've seen it, and if you found me that way as well. So okay, so as I said, I was finishing the macrame course, the new one that's going up next week. Katrina just posted up a little while ago that she received her prize from the other week, and so she's excited to start the macrame course. She got a free little kit there. So this is our little scissor minder. It's just working with the basic square knot, so you can see that there. It's not a long video. It's nice, quick. It's to the point. And hopefully you'll really enjoy it. It goes together quite quickly, and Bex also got hers. I did hers a little bit longer, so you can see there. So you can do them whatever size you want. I think this one's got about 8 knots in total. This one's got about 10 in total. So it doesn't matter what size that you can do. Yeah, so that goes up next Friday. So that will go up, I think I've got that going up early hours of the morning for Australia, and so mid-afternoon for our American friends, and mid-morning for our UK friends. I think it goes up around about those time. So excuse me. So you'll have that to make next Friday. So I'm looking forward to doing more projects with you. I forgot how much I love doing it. I just get in there and got it done, and I just want more things to make now, but I've got other stuff to do first before I can do that. While I'm talking about videos, on the 27th, our accordion pouch hack, the second video for that goes up. So this is the little accordion pouch we're doing. I'm showing you how to reduce the size of it to make it super easy, not having to draw out the pattern again. So I show you how to do that, and you can see there, that's the original size, that's the 100%, and this is the one that we're doing in the video. Okay, so you can see the size difference there. So they're tiny, tiny, so cute, and it just fits on my hand, just like so. So there's some of the videos that we've got coming up in the next couple of weeks. And I've been working away on the mini quilt for at the end of the month, and that goes up on the 30th of March. The macrame goes up on the 15th, which is next Friday. And but the most exciting part of this month is, in 5 more sleeps, the 3rd block of the month goes up. Woohoo! I know that everybody's been waiting for that, because I've had a couple of messages from people asking me when it was going up. It goes up on the 2nd Wednesday of each month, so we're up to the 2nd Wednesday in 5 more sleeps. So you'll have your 3rd block there, and hopefully you'll like this one. It's a little bit more intricate and in-depth, so still easy, but you will find it very, very intriguing, this block. It's got a really nice effect to it. So keep an eye out for that. That's at 11 AM on Wednesday. That goes up Australian Eastern Standard Time. So you'll have it there. You'll be able to print all your templates off over on our blog, and all the information for that particular block is underneath that video when it goes live. Excuse me. All right, and if you want to know, if you don't want to go back through videos to find out what's on when or anything like that, you can just head over to our website on our blog. So you go to www.darvanaleedesignstudio.com, and up the top there's a blog tab. Click on that. When the page opens up on the right hand side, there's a calendar there, and that's updated on the 25th of every month. So you can basically go in there and you'll actually find everything that's coming up, everything from live streams to new courses that's starting, or new videos that are going up, or anything like that. If you click on the little dots that are there, or the coloured words, it will actually have a drop down box and it will tell you what we're doing on that day, and if you need supplies, the supplies will be there as well. Alrighty, so that's it about for news about groups and YouTube. Really, it's just plodding along at this stage, and as I said, we've been super busy with the retreats and getting those. We've actually got the March one happening at the end of March, and we're now selling tickets for our May one, and we're just starting to see some movement on that. So that's keeping Beck extra busy with admin stuff, and I'm trying to do as much marketing as I can for it. So if you're thinking about, you're here in Australia and you're thinking about coming to one of our retreats, the tickets are selling, and we've got 4 payment options over on our website. Again, just go over to DarvanaleeDesignStudio.com and hit on the sewing retreat tab, and you'll find all the information there, and it gives you everything that's going on. We haven't selected our mini quilt yet. We're still in the process of doing that. I'm umming and ahhing on what we're going to do. I've got 3 options at the moment, and I'm thinking I'm just going to have to close my eyes and point at one at this point. So yeah, because I want to do all of them, but there's not enough time to do all of them. So we're going to yeah, we're going to look at that in the next week. We need to sort of get that concrete in and done and make a selection. We have to do it, don't we, Beck?
Definitely.
We're going to run out of time otherwise. All right, so this week you would have seen that we had a wonderful topic of the week. It was mandalas, and there was some amazing work out there. There were so many things that I wanted to share. The last post for that topic of the week went up this morning, and I think I posted about 6 or 7 pictures there of all the ones that I really liked. And I was sharing different things like the sand art that the monks do. We shared quilts, we shared crochet pictures, we also shared stitcheries, and even quilting that they've done on the long arm quilting and on their domestic machines. So I hope that you really have been enjoying the topic of the week, and I did notice that a few people were posting what they had found too, and I really do thank you. I think Katrina was one, and Anne was another one that may have posted as well. I can't remember everybody off the top of my head, but thank you for participating. I really do appreciate it. It was good to see someone else's view, because I know Beck put a couple up as well. Did you?
No,
last
not
week?
this week.
Not this week. No, that was last week. This week she's been on her sick bed.
Yeah.
She's just been sleeping. So yeah. So hopefully you really enjoyed it. My favourite ones of the week were the sand art ones that the monks were doing, and some of the street art that they'd done in like a festival, and they're just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I hope that you learned something about it as well, because we were putting tidbits up, little tidbits about the topic and everything like that, and I know I learned a little bit as well, so hopefully you did as well. So this week we are looking at, and hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, because everybody pronounces it different and I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to go how I say it, and it's sashiko. So that's this week's topic, and it is inspired by a quilt that's actually come in for me to long arm quilt this week. So Sue brought me in a quilt at the beginning of the week, and I was actually not sure what I was going to do for the topic this week, and then when this came in I thought that'd be a great topic, because it's so varied, and it's got an amazing history to it, and what it's used for, and all that sort of stuff. And I've only just recently, probably in the last 2 years, started doing sashiko myself. I do have a UFO somewhere, and I can't remember where I've put it. I think it's actually in my sewing box, and I've moved that somewhere. So yeah, it basically it's just like a running stitch, and it's usually done on linen or something along those lines. You can buy panels and all that sort of stuff from your local quilt shops. A lot of them are starting to get it in. It has sort of seen a little bit of a resurgence in the last few years, and I suppose that's how I've stumbled on it, because I didn't know anything about it up until probably 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, when I went to a quilt show here in Brisbane, and they have all like stalls and everything like that, and I came across a stall called BB Bold, and then I started to meet other people that were doing it, and that's where I got my first sashiko panel from, was BB Bold. But there's lots of other people now at these quilt festivals that have it. I think one of them is called indigo blue, I think. Like, that's a color, I know, but I think that that's what they call their business as well, and they specialize in all things Japanese, whether it be fabrics, sashiko, or other arts and crafts. So they've got all that sort of stuff. I don't know a lot about them. BB Bold has been around for quite some time. They're based here in Australia. It's a company that sells a lot of the Olympus products, I think is the name of the brand name of the sashiko items that they have. But I thought that I would share a lot of different things that I have found over the years. So things like clothing, where it originated, and all that sort of stuff. So a little bit of history behind it and all that sort of stuff. So sashiko did originate in Japan, and the word actually means little stabs in Japanese. And that represents the method that you use to do sashiko, because it's like a rocking method, and you're doing little stabs, and you're just taking a little bite of the fabric. So I'm going to show you Sue's quilt. This is not my quilt. This is Sue's quilt, and I don't know whether she'll ever see this or not, but Sue, you do impeccable work. She doesn't have great internet where she is, so watching live streams or anything like that, it's a bit out of her league. So, Beck, if I can just get you to come and grab a corner for me. Yep. And I'll show you her quilt. Now, she's just basically got a panel and then added some fabric to it that go with it. So we're just going to hold it up. I'll just show you the center panel, and I'll move the camera a bit. So you can see there, we'll come a bit closer. You can see there that it's just like a running stitch, and then she's just got these little extra ones. This was a panel that she's bought, and it was pre-printed, and she's used it in the border as well. Like sorry, she sashed it with what she sashed made the border with, and she's just made it into like a 3-panel. It's probably going to be a wall hanging, and basically she wants me to just go around the design about a 1/4 inch out. And then she just wants me to in-ditch the border. So it's pretty simple quilting that I'm going to be doing on this one. But I will basically use both long arm machine and domestic machine, because with this sort of stuff, I like to use my domestic machine to echo around anything that's embroidery. So I know that my hopper foot's not going to catch it or anything like, like that on my long arm machine. So that's basically what I've got to do in a couple of weeks, because I've got a couple more quilts before her. But that's what's inspired this week's topic of the week. So Beck's slowly going back. So you can see there, you can get a better idea of the quilt. And it's just got the simple sashiko in it. It's got a couple of little flowers in it. So you can see here, there's a flower. And then there's the big one there. And the one above it and the one below it are slightly smaller. So that is one of the quilts that I've got to do in the next couple of weeks. And you'll see it on Instagram, and you'll see it over on Darvanalee Design Studio business page as well. And I'll share it to the group like I always do. So that's what has inspired our topic of the week. And as I said, I will put up little tidbits with pictures and everything in the group, and I'll also be doing that over on Stitch Talk and Instagram as well. And I noticed that a few people have been joining us over on Instagram with the topic of the week, and they've been enjoying it. I've got a couple of messages from people as well saying they really love it. One lady mistook it for my work, and unfortunately no, it wasn't any of my work. I can only dream of having that much time to do some of that work. But yeah, crocheting is not really my forte. No, not my forte at all. But I am getting better at it, so one day it might be my forte. So yeah, so basically that's what we're going to be covering this week is sashiko. So as I said, it's got a vast history. It's been around since the 16th century. Or 16, I think I've got it written down here, 1615 to 1868 is when they think it actually started, because they don't have a definitive time like a lot of traditional crafts and stuff like that, and they believed it was well established by 1868, and it was quite right throughout Japan and all that sort of places. But I'll put up all those little tidbits and everything for you, and then that way you'll be able to join along in the fun. If you find something as well, don't forget to share it and use the hashtag DD's topic of the week, and you can use that either on Stitch Talk, on Instagram and also on Facebook as well. So you'll be able to see what everything else, and if you click on that hashtag, you can actually follow those hashtags on Instagram, and then it'll just come up in your news feed, and you'll be able to join along, and you'll be able to see what everybody else is sharing as well. All right, so in the spirit of our topic of the week this week, our giveaway is going to be a little sashiko kit that I've got here. So basically it is the size to do a cushion. And if Beck could just grab me my sashiko cushion from up over there, it's behind that light up there, I can show you what size it's going to be. But it's a pre-printed stencil that shows you the pattern on the back there. And that's what it looks like overall. And I'm including a dark blue sashiko thread. And this is one of the ones that I've done. So it's a little throw cushion. So this one's got... this is one of the first ones that I did. So you can see there that they're very much geometrical shapes with sashiko. And I like geometric stuff. And I just turned it into a little cushion, which is obviously a UFO because I haven't actually stitched it up yet. I forgot all about it. How sad's that? I didn't even stitch it up. I'll do that after the video.
It's not sad. It's perfect for Finish It Friday.
Oh, that's right. It's perfect for Finish It Friday, Beck says. So, yeah. Becky's joining in just very quietly. Her voice is not the best. So, yeah. So, it's got little dragonflies on it. And, like, my French knots aren't that crash hot when I was doing this. I've got a lot better since I've done this. So, yeah. So, that's sort of the size that it is. It's about 35 centimetres square. And so, you'll have that pattern. And you'll have some thread that'll come. It's it's a really dark blue, maybe black. What would you say that is? Can't see it in the plastic properly. Looks like black, doesn't it? Yeah, you can't read Asian either. Yeah, not can I. So yeah. Anyway, that's the color. It looks to be like a really, really. It's black, I'd say. I'm going to open it up because now it's getting to, I can't open it up. Anyway, that's what you're going to get, and that little kit there. So you'll be able to make yourself a little cushion. It's not a big project to do. So I'm going to send that out to one lucky viewer. And as always, we have a question for you. And I just got to find it. I wrote it down. Okay. I want to know what your favourite TV series is. And the reason being is I'm looking for something new to watch. And I would like to see what everybody else is watching. So, yeah. If you answer the question in the comments now and also on the replay in the comments below, tell us what your favourite TV series is. As I said, because I'm looking for a new TV series to watch. I've pretty much watched everything I want to watch. Yeah, so if you can put down what you've been watching, and that way I can choose from one, and it doesn't matter what you put down, as long as it's clean, it's all good. Okay, so basically, yeah, just leave us a comment down below, tell us what your favourite series is. I haven't watched that, Andra. I forgot about that series. I might have to watch that. How many seasons are there of Blacklist? Lots. Okay, Beck's just gone lost and she loves it. So it must be a good series. So, all right, that's going on the list. But I'm not picking the one that I'm going to watch. I am putting everybody into the draw, and you'll be randomly selected through number. I put a number beside you, and then basically I will select you from that. And basically, yeah, you get to go into the draw for this. So don't forget to leave, if you're watching the replay, don't forget to leave your comment down below the video so we know what you're watching as well. A big congratulations to Anne. She actually won last week's prize, which was the Panic Clutch, and she should be receiving that either today or Monday. I didn't get it off on Monday. I was a bit behind the times on Monday and ran out of time. So basically the competition will stay open till 10 AM tomorrow, so you've got 24 hours to leave your comment. And just, yeah, tell us what your favourite series is. And I watched McCloud's Daughters. Yes, it's very addictive. Very addictive. I think there's like 12 seasons or stuff. So yeah, that went for ages. What did she say? I missed it. Just went away. I got totally stuck on McLeod's Daughters, an Aussie series from back in the day. Yeah, if you like McLeod's Daughters from back in the day, you might also like A Country Practice.
Or Blue Heelers.
Blue Heelers is another one.
I like that one.
So these are Aussie shows. So Blue Heelers is based in a small country town around police.
Yes, police station.
Police station, yep.
Police station.
I sort of watched it but didn't when it was on TV. McLeod's Daughters is an awesome one. And there's some good eye candy in McLeod's Daughters. But he's a Kiwi, the guy that I like. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I'll fill you in later, Rebecca. And another one for like 1940s style is The Sullivans. It was a really good show from back, like that was from in the 1970s, I think that ran. I think there was like 21 seasons all up. There was a lot of seasons. That ran for a long time. It's only a half an hour show, I think, from memory. But yeah, it's a good one. It's actually based in the, prior to the Second World War is the, era that it's based on. So yeah, there's some actually good ones. A Country Practice is another one that was from the 80s. And if you like sort of like you know, Days of Our Lives style ones, soap operas, Sons and Daughters, Home and Away, and Neighbours. Sons and Daughters is like from 20 years ago. Neighbours has been running for 30 years, like since I was a teenager, and Home and Away started, I think, when I was 20, because Neighbours was first.
Yeah.
People like Kylie Minogue, Delta Goodrem, Jason Donovan, Australian singers all started in Neighbours. So yeah, there might be some shows that you might want to go and check out, ladies, from Australia. So anyway, back to our conversation. Yeah, write down, just tell us what your favourite TV series is, and then I might choose one I might see what I can watch. And we don't have everything that you guys have on Netflix either here in Australia. We don't have as much content as what you guys do in America. So yeah, so that is the giveaway. So you'll have to keep an eye out in the group for that one. We've talked about the magnet video. That link is going to go up underneath the video after we've gone live, and it's also in the comments now if you can't find it there. I'm working on 14 purse pouches this week, thanks to Beck. I tell you, it's not me that cracks the whip around here, it's Beck. Alrighty.
It's because I love you.
And it's apparently because she loves me. Okay then. Alrighty. So just before we went live, the postie came. So I have a little bit of a haul that came in from this week. I have been naughty and I have been spending. I have something that's come in from Amazon. I've had something come in from Fact Water Shop. And I've also had something that I haven't mentioned before. And I've been getting it since last July. And I realised I haven't mentioned it. And I joined a mini quilt club. I'm not affiliated with it or anything like that. I joined a mini quilt club called Stitches of Love is the website. And one of their little mini quilts come in, and they're laser cut for you, so all I've got to do is applique them. And I decided that I was going to get 12 months worth because they are seasoned. So they have things like, well, this month is for March, and it is, so Stitches of Love, it's lucky as can be, and it's a laser cut kit. Okay, these are ones that I'm going to do and to hang up for the seasons for each month. So sort of like what you did, Andra, with your embroidery machine, where you embroidered each month for the calendar month. So you just put it up and you sort of themed it throughout when you did that a couple of years ago. I'm going to do it this way. So I started doing it the embroidery, but my embroidery machine has decided that it doesn't like playing nice.
Katrina did that too. She's got April's done.
Oh, has she?
Yeah, she put it in the group yesterday.
Is that April's?
With the umbrellas and the rain boots.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't got mine yet. Mine's only just got shipped. So I won't have that for, it takes about 3 weeks to get. So, yeah. So
I don't know if it's the same.
Okay. So this one is, it's called Lucky as Can Be. It's from Stitches Love. I'm not affiliated with them. This is just something that I've got for myself. And I don't even think they have affiliate links or anything like that. But, yeah, you can go over there and you can join any time. And after this gets sent out to the people that are in the club, basically you can go back and buy other ones. So if you don't like one, you can just go back. You don't have to get that one then. And they don't always have every month's either. So it depends how popular they are. And I'm guessing that this one is actually going to be very, very popular because, I mean, who doesn't like March and, you know, St. Pat's Day? Gosh, you got to have St. Pat's Day. So yeah, so that's came in the mail, so I'm pretty excited about that. I actually haven't started any of them yet. I'm actually leaving these. I've got I think I've got 6 or 7 at the moment, and I'm going to do it for a full year. And basically then I'll start doing them at the beginning of next year. I will start doing one each month. Hi Catherine, thank you very much for joining us today. Did you put that sign up this week so no one comes in and bugs you? You need to just have a little hand sign when someone comes in. Go away, busy. Go away, busy. For those that don't know, Catherine's joining us from work. She works at a local business here in our area in the South Burnett over in Nanango. And it's a mechanics workshop. And you probably would have seen, if you're friends with Catherine, you would have seen the beautiful photos going up of her grandson in the last couple of days. You should share some to the group. Did she share some? I think you did.
I thought I saw
one. You should share some of those when you get them to the group because they were adorable, the ones that I've seen, especially that car one. That is awesome.
I love the spanner one.
The spanner, yeah, the spanner's awesome. Alrighty, so I've also received from my, so sampler box has finally arrived. It took a little bit longer this time. So most of you have probably already got this if you get it in the United States. For us poor people that live outside the United States, it takes a long time to get to us. So this one is, and I've just opened it now. So it's called Tropical Oasis, and it's the February box. Ooh, I'm liking already. Ooh, yeah, you'll have to wait. Okay, so again, they send you, you know, everything that's in there. They've sent me some, and you can tell there's some pre-cuts in it. Get away, Beck. You can wait for everybody else.
Coming closer.
She's coming closer. She's going to steal my stuff. Alrighty, so they've got a pineapple quilt block, which is foundation paper piecing. Ooh, that fits in with this year. And so, they're just, it's by the Fat Quarter Shop, and it's a 6.5 unfinished paper pieced block, and it contains 40 sheets. Awesome. So I'll be able to make a decent sized quilt with that. So it comes pre-printed. And you can just see there, that's what it looks like on the inside. Nice and simple. We all know about foundation paper piecing because we're doing it here on our channel. So yeah, that's awesome. And it gives you a little bit of what you need as well. Some information there. Tips and requirements, the cutting, how to do it basically. So that's a good little one. That'll make a nice little quilt, nice little lap quilt. I haven't done a to be honest, I haven't done a pineapple quilt block before, mainly because I just haven't had time. I can't think of any other reason why I wouldn't have, because it's foundation paper piece. Maybe because the ones that I've seen have been really small, and maybe that's what's put me off. But that's a decent size. I'm happy with that. So I'll probably do that over, might leave that for a project to, because I'm not allowed to start anything new until I get my UFOs in check, and I haven't. So I've been collecting, but I haven't started anything. Only what is required of me for videos and like finishing Friday stuff if I've got to cut some more fabric. But we try to not do any cutting of fabric. We just work with what's in the packs that we've got. Alrighty, so oh, Allison Glass. I love Allison Glass. Oh, Sunprint 2019. How gorgeous is that? Look at those colours.
Those colours are gorgeous.
Oh my god. I don't want to cut it. Can I just leave it there?
Put it up on display.
Can I just, it's not for sale. It's mine. No one can have it. That's gorgeous. That is beautiful. Look at that. Look at those colours. They're amazing. There's some cool little prints on there. It looks like little flowers, hearts. There's some text one in there. Some geometric ones by the looks of it. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. How cute is that? That's awesome. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm excited. So that's Alison Glass. It's called Sunprint, and it's 2019. And what else have we got? Oh, look at that. The one thing that I have never purchased, at a quarter ruler. So remember at the beginning of our thanks, Rebecca. I just seen the pattern. I just seen the pattern then. So remember when we started doing the foundation paper piecing, I said that there was all these rulers and stuff that you can get at a quarter and all that sort of stuff. Well, I now have a ruler. I've never actually purchased one because I just use what I have in my studio, because yes, I purchase fabric and stuff like that and projects that I want to do, but tools and gadgets and stuff like that, I don't like to spend a lot of money on that sort of stuff. And you know, you can always find other things to do it with. So I've taught Beck how to do foundation paper piecing, how I'm showing you in the videos. But these are some of the rulers that you can get for those that don't get the sew sampler or have not seen them. So it's just got like a little ledge on it, and yeah, so you can just, I don't know how to use them because I don't have them, but I believe you put the edge of the paper up against this lip, and that's a 1/4 inch. And if I look at that, that is a 1/4 inch. So yeah, so that's how, and it's got instructions with it and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. Ooh, we have a hand press. That's a pretty cool one. I like that one. Oh, it feels good too. You know, my little hand press that I use in my videos for, this is an Alex Anderson's one. And it just, to do your seams and everything like that. And, yeah, so that's awesome. I like that. And I use one similar that, you can, and then there's this one as well. So this one's a roller. So that's one Beck uses. When she's doing foundation paper piecing. That's her favorite. I use that roller for my diamond painting. When I'm finished, I roll the diamond painting. And that's the one that I use, and this is the one I just got in the box. So they're 3 different sorts, but they all do the same thing. But this, I like the feel of this. This feels good. I like it. And it's an Alex Anderson one, so you always know that Alex Anderson products are really good. So yeah. And then there's the pattern for the so that's the pattern that goes with the pineapple, and it just yeah, so it just has the pattern in it, and it tells you what you need and all the rest of it. So what's in your box, what else you need to make that quilt. So I have to get some extra fabrics. I need to get some binding fabric, and I need to get some backing fabric and background fabric. So I've got to use white background fabric. That's the wall hanging size. So that's a good size. It's 24 inches by 32 inches. So that's a good size. So I'm happy with that. Kat's just saying about her beautiful baby boy. And of course you've got your barn block. So that's what I got in my box this month, and I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm going to make that wall hanging, but I'm not allowed to make it until I get some UFOs done, I've been told. So yeah, and I got something from Amazon this week, and this is something that I am actually looking into and I want to try out. I've been very, very curious about its books for my bookshelf, and I'm actually I've had a few people comment on some fabrics that I've had in store and sent me messages about fabrics for One Block Wonders. So these are the books that I got. So it is by Maxine that one's by Maxine Rosenthal, and I think that's how you pronounce her name. So One Block Wonders, one fabric, one shape, one of a kind quilts. So I'm gonna have a look through these. These only come today, so I don't even know what's in them. I opened them up and I went, oh, I'll show everybody else. So it's about fussy cutting from what I can understand. There's not a lot of information. Like I went looking on the website and I couldn't find a lot of information on it. So, but yeah, like check that out. So it's one fabric, and yeah, so it's one fabric, one shape, one of a kind quilt. So that's what the title is. So yeah, look at that. That's amazing stuff. Like I'm pretty intrigued by this. So I didn't just get one book. So you can see here, like they're cutting different, like the angles, and then they're creating a hexagon. So this is the fabric that they've used, and this is the block that they've created. So the 3 blocks there. So this is why I'm intrigued by it. So once the retreat's over, I've set aside about a week to just go through all this and have a look. So here's another one you can see here. So they're amazing. Like, and I'm just really, really intrigued. Like, it's just, yeah. Like, you can see that this was the fabric. The original fabric for hiding in the garden was this fabric here. Okay. And then they've created the wedges here. And then they've created that block. And then they've created this quilt from that one fabric. That's amazing. Like, it's really got me intrigued. Wow. So not only did I get this, I also got the Encore. And I also got, so this was her first one. That must have been her first one. And then there was this one. And then there was the Encore one. And then I didn't stop there. I got this one. 1 block wonder cubes. So, because then I was like, just hexagons, is that all they do? And then this popped up. So this one here, using the cubes, you can see this, like I've seen some pictures for this one. So basically you're adding these extra bits into it. I'm not sure how it works yet, but you'll be the first to know when I work it out. I like this one. So that picture there I've seen on Google, and that led me to this book. So yeah, so that's the original fabric just here where my little finger is down here, and then they've made this quilt with that original fabric. So that is absolutely amazing what they've done. Like, here's another one here you can see in the cube. So these are all 1 block wonder ones, and I've got some reading to do. I have 4 books, and so I figured, well, I might as well get the 4 most popular books out there and go from there. And I will keep you updated and posted about that. And yeah, I'll tell you what I learned, and I'll possibly even do a little bit of a tutorial on it. So yeah, that's what I got in the mail this week. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, lots of little goodies. So I might take Sunday and read those actually, because I don't want to wait until after the retreat. I'll take Sunday and I'll read all day. And I've got my little kits all set aside for ready to start next year, and I'll do one each. Yeah, and now I've got a pineapple quilt to make, so that can go on top of the bucket list as well. So I'm going to be a busy little bee next year as well by the looks of it. So yeah, I was pretty excited that he turned up just before we went live. I thought, oh good, I'll show that with all the ladies and they'll enjoy that. Alrighty, so now we're moving on to last little bit of the day is question time. So as I said earlier, we have started doing our accordion pouch hacks, and I had a question from Di from Facebook, asked me how many hacks, accordion pouch hacks videos will there be. At this point, there is 9. So basically, the one that's coming up, we show you how to reduce the size. And it is also used for enlarging the size as well. And in the next video after that one, we're actually enlarging it, and I show you how to stick the templates together, and then we do some extra things to the pouch. So basically it is actually going to go from just being a pouch right up to something else. So we've been sitting down and discussing what we can do to it and come up with harebrained schemes. We don't know if all of them are going to work, so I've still got some work ahead of me to get in there and make all of them. So far we've had success with everything that we've done. As I've said, I will say in every video that originally was not my pattern. By the time I'm finished, it's not even Shabby Fabrics pattern anymore. So basically we are taking that little pouch and we are, like they do to cars, we're retrofitting it.
I love that.
Yes, we're going to retrofit the accordion pouch. So we're going to add little things to it here and there, and hopefully you'll join in the fun, and I hope that answers your question, Di. So yeah, that's what we're going to do to the accordion pouch. We're going to retrofit that. Alrighty, I've also had email from Joan, and this was actually quite a nice little email that I got. How long have you been crafting for? You seem to have a broad knowledge about all things crafty. Well, I don't know all things crafty, Joan, but I have been crafting for quite some time. And I started, from memory, I started when I was about 7 or 8, and the first sewing machine I ever got was a Holly Hobby sewing machine. And if you grew up in the 70s, that was probably one of the first machines that you got, was a Holly Hobby sewing machine. So I got that. My grandmother wanted me to learn how to sew. She was a seamstress and she wanted me to learn how to sew. My mum, her daughter, was not a very crafty person at all. And funny enough, she ended up working in a craft store around the same time that I did. And my mum wasn't very crafty as I was growing up. She dabbled a little bit in knitting and a little bit in crochet, but not real arty or anything like that. Myself, on the other hand, I had the Holly Hobby sewing machine, and then I didn't really get into sewing at all. It just wasn't really my thing there for a while. I was more interested in being outside, but on rainy days that same year, my grandmother bought me a latch hook rug kit, and I sat there, and it was another thing that I showed my grandfather how to do, and he really enjoyed it. So that was, my mum's mum was buying me the crafty stuff because she was crafty herself, and my nonna, who was my dad's mum, she was a knitter and crocheter, and my grandfather used to do he used to do that sort of stuff when he lived back in Egypt, and he used to make all these rugs and stuff like that, but he done the weaving and stuff like that, so he'd never done latch hook either. And I started doing it, and he liked it, and then he sort of just started designing his own, because that's what he used to do before he came to this country. When he came to this country, all his qualifications were stripped from him, because that's what they did back then, and he basically started from scratch. So yeah, he didn't continue on with that line of work, but he was quite popular over in Egypt. He was originally born in Malta, and then subsequently moved to Egypt, married my nonna, and then they immigrated to this country when my dad was 5, and that was 1955. So I'm first generation born here. So yeah, so that's sort of a little bit of my background. So I've always been around crafty people, but I didn't knit. I tried knitting and I'm not good at it. And crochet? No. Crochet I like better than knitting. Knitting's too slow for me. But I have dabbled over the years. And then from the latch hook, I went into like clay and stuff like that, and ceramics and a bit of art. I did 3 years of art at high school. Can't draw. Still can't draw. And if any of you have been over in the Facebook group, you would have seen some of the pictures that I've been putting up of my daughter's work. She does some amazing work now. She's self-taught because I didn't teach her anything. Mostly off YouTube. She's got her few favorites and stuff like that, but she's just being, she's decided that she's not going to do it at school because it's too restrictive for her liking. So she definitely is my daughter. It's too restrictive for her, so she's not doing it at school. She's decided that she's going to put her own curriculum together, but she has been talking to some of the teachers at school, and I think that they're sort of guiding her in what she should be learning as well outside of class. So but yeah, I've been crafting since I was 7 or 8. That makes it 40 years. 40 years I've been doing all sorts of craft. I've done art. I like to colour in. I do all sorts of stuff. I'm still learning. Sort of did ceramics and everything up until my 20s, and then I tried sewing again, but I had a young family and there just wasn't any time. And anybody that's got a young family, you know that your hobbies just go by the wayside. So I didn't really get to do much through that, but I still kept up with my ceramics. I actually went to TAFE, which is like, it's not college, what you would call college or university. It's TAFE. It's like you go there.
Next level down.
It's down from that. So you got high school, then you can go to TAFE and you can learn different trades and stuff at TAFE. You don't necessarily have to go to university to do your trade. So like you can
get like certificates.
Yeah, you can get certificates in childcare. You can get mechanics. You can do bar attending. So it's somewhere where you can go to learn, you know, regular jobs, not high-end jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, so I started doing a course through there, and I worked with ceramics. So I was throwing clay on the wheel, doing all that sort of stuff. Did that for about 3 years. got my certificate in it and never used it. Basically, I only went there just to learn about it and learn about the different glazes and stuff like that, how to fire things and all that sort of stuff. Then I moved into, going from that, I went into other ceramics where it was a big craze in the 90s of figurines and stuff like that, and I had a market store where I painted all the figurines and all that sort of stuff and did antiquing and all that sort of, you know, crackling and all that sort of stuff on that sort of thing. And then move into my 30s, I got into sewing again, and I've been sewing ever since. That was about 34. I was pregnant with Savannah, so 33, 34, and I've been sewing ever since. And then 9 years ago, I literally fell into quilting and have been quilting ever since. So I've got the, as you know, I've got the long arm machine there, and I pretty much on a hectic month, I can be quilting 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So I do a lot of it. I mostly do edge to edge stuff. I do a little bit of custom stuff. I'm still learning, even though I've been doing that solidly for 6 years now. I'm still learning free motion. I'm not a fan of free motion. For big quilts, I just like to do the edge to edge stuff. But my customers do guide what I'm doing, and they understand I don't get a lot of time to practice. So when I do small quilts like the mini quilts and stuff like that, I tend to practice my cross hatching, my zigzags, my in-ditching and all that sort of stuff on the long arm machine, and that's the only way I can really do it. So yeah, basically that's how long I've been quilting for, and I do like to dabble in stuff, and Beck and I are in the process of now that we've found the scan and cut cord, we're actually going to get into quilling. And the things that we're looking at quilling is not just doing the quilling of the paper. We're looking at making like little roses and daisies and all that sort of stuff, and incorporate it. We're doing a Crafty blueprint course now. I signed up for their unlimited package, so the subscription package, and I've been eyeing off this course for a while, so I started doing that. And Beck subsequently is doing it along with me because I drag Beck along everywhere. Just come on, you're doing this week. So yeah, that's how long I've been crafting for, and yeah, so that's a long time. When I say it out loud, that's a long time. Makes me realise that I'm getting older. So anyway, for those that don't know, I'm actually 48 years old. A lot of people just, yeah, think I'm a bit younger. Some people don't comment at all. And I often say, they go, oh, gee, look, you know, really, 48? And I'm like, well, you're either saying that I look good for my age or I'm very immature. So which is it? Just put them on the spot. But anyway, that's pretty much it from us this week. As you see, we had a lot to get through, and we had a few surprises before the show started. Another hour has flown by. We've just gone over the hour, and I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining me. I hope that you join me again next week at 10 a.m. Again, we'll put the link in the group, and that way you can watch it, and we don't have to worry about any of those trolls coming along and giving us a hard time with all their derogatory stuff that they like to do, which I don't understand it. I really don't. Like, what's the point? Like, we just block you. But now we'll put all the links that we've talked about down below, and for those that are chasing the sampler box or the mini quilt and all the books that I've got, I'll put them all up for you down underneath. It'll take me about 15 minutes, but it'll be ready to go for you. Thank you for watching us, and thank you for being here. We really do appreciate it. We really do. And we look forward to seeing you every week, and we like to have a good giggle, and we hope you're having a giggle at our expense as well. We don't mind at all. So have a great week, everybody, and I'll see you around the social media sites, and stay crafty. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.